Welcome to HortTube, where we talk all things gardening. My name is Jim Putnam, and this is a Green Spire Euonymus. This is Green Spire Euonymus, an upright, narrow-growing evergreen shrub. You'll see Green Spire listed on most websites 6 to 8 feet tall and about 1 to 2 feet in width. It will actually end up much, much larger than that over time, but can be easily controlled in that height range of 6 to 8 feet and 1 to 2 feet in width. Green Spire Euonymus is best grown in horticultural zones 6 to 9. Once your Green Spire Euonymus is rooted in, it's actually pretty fast growing. You might be able to get a foot of growth out of this in a single season. Green Spire Euonymus is one of the few plants that you can put in either sun or shade. I'd probably avoid deep shade, but any place where you're getting 3 hours of direct sun or more, this thing will actually perform pretty well. If you're going to use Green Spire Euonymus on a foundation, it needs to be on a corner or someplace where you need something that's tall and narrow. The other main use for this would be as a screening plant. If you have a narrow lot, this is a great plant to create a border between you and a neighbor without eating up a lot of your ground space. The main feature really of Green Spire Euonymus is all the branching is pretty much totally vertical. It just grows straight up, which keeps it very narrow over time. It also has this incredible rich dark green foliage. I'm shooting this in December and you can just see how dark this is. The new growth on it is a lighter green color and it really contrasts pretty nice during the growing season. Green Spire Euonymus is a pretty tough plant as long as you don't end up burying it too deep when you plant it or over mulching it or drowning it. You should be fine with this plant. I've included planting instructions in the description of this video. Once your Green Spire Euonymus is established, it won't need a lot of ongoing watering, but you may want to check it if it does become abnormally dry and drown the space around it. Definitely fertilize your Euonymus in the spring. The new growth on this plant looks fantastic, and especially while you're trying to establish it as a screen, this will help you get some growth on it. Use any slow release fertilizer for shrubs that you can find. It lasts 3 to 4 months, and just do it after the worst of the winter is past. Green Spire Euonymus will outgrow almost any space it's put in at some point. I mean, like I say, this thing could probably end up reaching 20 feet tall if it was allowed to in the future, but this plant is really tolerant to very hard pruning, so you could really get after this thing. Once it reaches 8 or 10 feet tall and you want to keep it 6 feet tall, you'd have no problem just cutting this plant in half. You'll always get crazy limbs on this thing, you know, on the side. Those are pretty easy to take off whenever you need to. In terms of insect or disease problems, Green Spire Euonymus is not as susceptible to Euonymus scale as some of the other varieties are, so that's nice because that can be a really nasty pest. It will get aphids and some minor insect problems that are more easily controlled than that Euonymus scale. These are definitely not deer resistant, so if you live in a neighborhood that has deer grazing, these will definitely get eaten. So what are you waiting for? Even you can grow the low maintenance, upright growing Green Spire Euonymus. Thank you for watching my video, and if it was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also comment below with any questions you have about Euonymus. Thanks again.